Hi, hello everyone. It's Gigi from Inner Feather Tarot. Welcome to the Daily Whisper. This is a collective reading. A reminder, it's the weekend, so we are not going to do an extended today. I'm going to do a bit of a longer reading. Let's get started. Deck has been pre-shuffled. I'm going to cut it quickly here. And let's see what Spirit has to say today. What do you have for the collective today, Spirit? Excuse me, what do we need to know? What does the collective need to know today, Spirit? In the past, somebody was tired of daydreaming. Somebody really needed to get out of that state of being stuck daydreaming about the past. Currently, this person's thinking, still reminiscing, but reminiscing on a time when love was present in their life. Love was good and easy and, again, present. And in the future, some lack of communication, lack of movement forward, somebody who is not sure on how to make things happen. Let's get some clarifications on these initial energies, Spirit. In the past, somebody wanting to take a leap of faith, but afraid of not starting a new beginning, not having a new beginning, not being able to execute a new beginning. And somebody tired of being in a state of mind where they were trapped in their own negative thoughts. Their inner thoughts weren't very positive. So that's all in the past. Somebody who was thinking about all that they had gone wrong in their lives, kind of tired of being trapped in this merry-go-round of negativity, all internal, lots of sleepless nights in the past. And somebody who wanted to take a leap of faith towards making something new happen, right? Towards figuring out a way of making a new beginning happen. Currently, this person has been keeping to himself or herself, keeping quiet, right? Keeping things close to the chest. But they want to come with some communication, and this communication is a proposal to work things through and perhaps achieve a more abundant state of affairs. This person has been fighting an end of cycle. Their lives have been going very smooth right now, and they've been fighting to keep things afloat, fighting to make ends meet. But it is a cycle that needs to come to an end. It's not a very positive, a very healthy cycle right now. In the future, a masculine energy, stable, capable, solid, abundant, somebody who is able to be a provider for the collective, but somebody who is afraid that he is unable to make that abundance or that abundant new beginning with the collective happen. This is someone who has been keeping some secrets, and perhaps the secret is about something in the relationship, something about himself, perhaps something in the past, right? And or something about how he is so empowered, how he's in such a position of wealth and of abundance in his material endeavors. So whatever is going on here, this person is keeping some secrets, which could be construed as some deceit here, and not a very effective communicator in the future still. I don't think that this is a person who is a good communicator now, but in the future, still struggle with that communication. In the past, somebody who was tired to only investing their time and energy on material endeavors. This is somebody who is a workaholic, right? No movement at all when it came to love, when it came to relationships in the past, because this person was so invested in working, in their financial stability, in their financial abundance, in their material abundance, that they couldn't make things move forward in the emotional, romantic area of their lives. This is somebody who, in the past, saw the collective as somebody who brought stability to them, somebody who was balanced, had, their stuff together, and the collective is showing up here as a feminine energy. So this person saw the collective as this very abundant, very, um, you know, very self-assured, somebody who had her stuff together, somebody who could make things happen. And by the looks of it, this is a person who associated having the collective in their lives with having things go right in their lives, right? Things were easier when the collective was around. The collective was very invested in the past, very trusting, very, very balanced in this person's life. Currently, this person is devising a plan to come with some offer or some resolution to some of the problems that have been plaguing the relationship. They've been in their heads a bit, evaluating what is necessary for them to bring forth that plan of action. And they are tired of devoting themselves to these many, many situations, right? They want to get out of these third-party situations that have plagued the relationship, right? Because it wasn't devoted to this relationship. And so it's heartbreak. So they are tired of either being heartbroken or having caused heartbreak to their person in the past. But however the situation, and take it as it resonates, however the situation is, this person has been in their heads, and they want to come up with a plan to make that go away, to patch that, right? And those third-party situations, and when I say third-party situations, it doesn't necessarily mean multiple people, right? I mean, some folks associate third-party situations with another person, but a third-party situation could be, a situation, right? Something that creates tension in the connection, that really prevents the time and investment to be properly allocated into the connection. So this person could be working a lot. They could have addictions. They could, they could be devoting time to partnerships that are not healthy. So it could be a number of things. But whatever these situations are, they are causing heartbreak in the dynamic right now. And that's the important message, I believe, here. In the future, somebody evaluating whether what's being offered by their person is really what makes them happy, is what they are looking for. There is a lack of commitment still in the future. This is the collective person is somebody who seems non-committal, somebody who struggles with that, boxed in idea of commitment. And it could be for a number of things. I mean, it could be because this person is married, or in another relationship. I think that the pairing here of the Hierophant reversed with the Four of Cups for me means that this person could be currently married, or maybe they were married, they are divorced, and they don't have a good outlook in love. And so they're very afraid of committing themselves again because their prior commitment wasn't a fruitful one. So again, in the future, still some struggle with offering that commitment, and it's going to create for the collective the need to assess whether that is the path they want to continue to invest in. They see that there's going to be no commitment, so it's going to be kind of a catalyst for that evaluation, right? The catalyst to that evaluation on the collective side. In the past, a celebration. There was a time when there was happiness, right? When the collective was around, when the collective was invested in this relationship, and I think it was trust, right? The collective really didn't see the challenges this person brings for what they were, the little bit of rose-colored glasses, and so the collective was very invested, very trusting, just adding all their abundance to this relationship. And so there was cause for celebration. This person was very happy. This person was celebrating, right? They had never felt like that before. But still, there was a lot of inner issues, a lot of inner child wounds that were plaguing this person and making them have these self-doubts about why this happiness was showing up in their lives. And it's, they were really trapped in that state of, oh my God, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. Something bad is going to happen. It's a glass half empty sort of mentality. Even though there was happiness, even though there was abundance, cause for celebration, things were going well, but in their mind, something was going to go wrong. Something bad was going to happen, and those were inner child wounds. All that happiness, that healthy, that balanced, that non-toxic dynamic was really it was bringing up a lot of past trauma for this individual and creating some inner turmoil for them as they didn't understand what was happening. They were still in that very negative, mindset that they weren't worthy of all these right things going in their lives, this love going in their lives. And so in their mind, they were very focused on what could potentially go wrong and not really seeing and enjoying all the goodness of the dynamic at that point in time. Currently, they are a mess. They are not feeling empowered. They are not feeling worthy. They are not feeling capable. They are in a state of depression. They don't feel good enough for the collective. They don't feel good enough to bring, to have the collective. They feel the collective does not see them in a good light, does not see them as somebody who can bring balance to their lives, who can be a provider to them. There's no energy here. They are in a very low vibrational point in their lives right now. They are dreaming and they are trying to figure out how to bring about a new beginning in love, but they are very afraid that whatever they have to say to the collective, it may be too late. They may be rejected. They are in that very, as I said, negative, very, just low vibrational point right now, and feeling that no matter what they do, no matter what they say to the collective, they're going to get shot down. So they are feeling mighty low right now. In the future, some addictions that need to be shed, they're still going to exist. There are some addictions here. And, this deceit, addictions, ego, non-commitment, somebody who's non-committal here, or, who've been non-committal because of an experience of the past. And somebody who still is unable to make a decision to invest in love. And somebody who is trying to justify this love that they're experiencing as lust. They're and it's unclear whether they are giving off the impression that, because they do feel love, they do reminisce on this. That there is, some level of genuine feelings for the collective here, but it's unclear whether is that they don't know how to love. And it could be because, past experience really made them so guarded and it hurt them in such a way that they don't trust. And so they don't know how to be loved and how to love, how to show love. Or it could be that this person truly is just very self-involved, not a very good partner, right? We see ego, we see deceit, as I said, we see non-commitment, we see addictions, and we see lust. So this person is very attractive to the collective, but it may be just lust. We're going to clarify that. In the past, not able to manifest, keeping things in a good situation, keeping things balanced and easy and going smoothly. Just a lot of fear about not being able to be the partner that the collective deserved. A lot of doubt. And it caused the collective to have gone cold. The collective guarded themselves. They saw through some of the issues of the past, right? Some of these persons' inner fears and lack of movement, or lack of wanting to move things forward, and the collective guarded themselves. They protected their feelings. They went cold. They took all that love, that balance away in order to self-protect. Currently, this person wants to fight for this dynamic. They don't want this dynamic to end. They see a future. They see a future with the collective. They see the collective in the future, but he's a very fleeting energy, not stable, not balanced, hot, cold, fair amount of breadcrumbing, fair amount of false promises. Somebody who is not stable, somebody who is not really, has not to this point brought any solid offers to the collective. Somebody who is really not trustworthy when it comes to keeping their promises. In the future, the collective will be standing in their power, abundant, beautiful, self-assured, and they're going to be tired of being trapped in their heads, expecting the worst, trying to make sense of this manipulation this person has put them through. In the future, they are moving on to investing in themselves and leaving behind a lot of this uncertainty, a lot of the not knowing where they stand in the relationship, right? They will be tired of investing in an unbalanced dynamic. They are looking for a dynamic where there is equal give and take, where they are just as important as their partner, and it reads to me as that the collective is making a decision in the future not to continue to invest in this, not seeing this as a situation that will bring them to a better future. You're going out, the collective is going to seek happiness and leaving behind this individual who is, again, not trustworthy and hasn't really added much to the relationship, right? This individual is going to be very lonely. This is not somebody who knows how to ask for help. And yeah, there is no happiness with this individual in the future. So in the collective knows that. I think that at some point, if it hasn't happened yet, it will fairly shortly. But the collective is going to see the dynamic for all that it is, right? Which isn't a healthy one. It isn't a balanced one, and it's not going to change. This is an individual who is really trapped in a lot of inner child wounds, a lot of experiences that have made him guarded or have made them guarded and unable to come with any solid commitment. This is a person who is going through a dark night of the soul here, lonely, somebody who doesn't know how to ask for help, somebody who is not invested in love, very fearful of love. And the collective doesn't want this anymore. The collective wants happiness. And so in the future, they're going to make that decision to move to a more fruitful journey, even if that means leaving this person behind. So, and again, currently, this person seems to have reconciled that, because this fear of rejection, of coming and offering something to the collective, is certainly rooted on the fact that they've made promises in the past. They've never kept them before. And they understand that the collective is now seeing through some manipulation, the breadcrumbing, the mind games. This is a person who's played a lot of mind games. And perhaps these mind games were not, and it's odd to say that mind games are not malicious, because, mind games are mind games, but I don't know that this person really understood. And that's, I think, the sad part about it here. I don't think this person understood that this, whatever level of manipulation and mind games they were playing with the collective. I think that he played that way because he's so guarded and he's gone through such traumatic past that's a very backwards love language this person has. It's just, they do it and they feel bad because they see things after the fact. They don't understand how detrimental to the relationship and how badly it makes the other person feel while they're doing it. But they have the ability to look back and say, oh, wow, I really screwed up. So they understand they screwed up. And that's what I think it's what this fear of coming to communicate with the collective is all about, right? He knows they know that they haven't really been a truthful, a reliable partner, and deep down they sense the collective has pulled their energy away, and they are on the verge of walking out and making a decision to, going to seek a better dynamic here. Let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. Strength, Knight of Cups, Eight of Cups reversed, Two of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. So the collective is strong in their power. It's, they are strong. They are hurt. They're feeling rejected. They're feeling like no matter what they do, things are not moving. But they're strong. They're standing in their power. And the collective person this masculine, is still very slow, not coming with anything solid. I mean, he wants to be that partner, that reliable partner, that partner that makes things happen, but he's still too rooted on the past. The collective or their partner have been contemplating whether or not to walk away, and only because either both parties, and this is not just the partner, but the collective too, in the past have had to walk away from other relationships, and they're wondering if that's the right thing to do, right? A decision needs to be made, and the collective, as we saw, is going to be making that decision fairly shortly in the future, right? If that decision hasn't been made yet, it's going to be made. Now, that decision, it's a bit of a blind decision, right? Not all, the collective feels they don't have all the information, and I have to say this to you. You are not going to get all the information from this person. Whatever you got out of this dynamic is the information you're getting out of this dynamic. This person has no intention of coming clean, right? This is clearly not a balanced dynamic. There's never going to be a balance in this dynamic. And the collective person is somebody who's only invested, who's only going to continue to be invested in their material endeavors. So somebody who is egotistical, a bit greedy here, somebody who is very drawn to wealth and material things, manipulative, not, somebody closed off to love, not really somebody who at some point in time is going to turn around. It doesn't seem, at least not in the foreseeable future. So yeah, this is what Spirit has to say. I hope this resonated with you today. Thanks for joining. As I said, there's no extended today. If this resonated with you, please leave me a comment. I would love to hear your perspective. Hit that like button. That would really help me. And if you're not a subscriber of the channel, please subscribe. I wish you all a wonderful weekend, and I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.